Today is November the 19th, 2024. This is Carmen bringing you your daily Bloodborne Remaster update. No news on a Bloodborne Remaster today. No news on the emulator. We're all caught up on that. But we've got some big news today. So, Sony is in talks to acquire Kadokawa Corporation. I believe it's a corporation. And if you don't know, Kadokawa owns From Software. Now, Sony, I believe, is not acquiring them From Software specifically. It's most likely for anime. Sony has, well, if they acquire Kadokawa, they will have the majority, they will monopolize anime, essentially. They'll own all the streaming services, all the publishers, everything. And we'll say that's why I don't think it's going to happen. But first of all, let's make this clear. We do not want this to go through. While, yes, we do want more Demon Souls content, and we do want more Bloodborne content, this is not how we want it. It is not. So we do not want this to go through. We want From Software to remain independent. So, yeah. Anyways. So I don't think this acquisition would go through, specifically because Sony already owns so much of the anime industry. They own the 3 streaming services. It's insane. The places that cast voice actors, like Funimation and stuff like that. It's insane. I don't think that this would go through specifically for that, because they would monopolize anime essentially. They would own Aniplex, Funimation, and Crunchyroll. It's not going to happen. At least I don't think it would. I could be wrong, but I don't think that would happen. But if they were to purchase Kadokawa, they would own all of From Software, and everything they would get from Software. Now, they would not actually get Dark Souls. I might be wrong on this, but I actually believe Bandai Namco owns the rights for Dark Souls. Now, Sony owns the rights for Demon Souls and Bloodborne, but From Software owns the rights for Sekiro and Elden Ring, I believe. Now, what's it called? Bandai did own the rights for Elden Ring, but FromSoft actually bought that back with Sony's help, funnily enough. But they would own the rights to Elden Ring and Sekiro from FromSoft, plus they would own Bloodborne and Demon Souls from, them already having that IP. I guess they could, in theory, buy the IP off of Bandai, but I don't know. So, yeah, but let's be clear, we do not want this to happen at all. This is worst case scenario. This is the dark timeline, and I don't want this to happen at all. So, with that out of the way, the Flame Wars continue to rage on about the discussion of whether or not Shadow of the Erdtree should be in Game of the Year. Now, let me just say yet again that I don't care how good a DLC is. I don't care if it could be the best experience gaming has to offer. Could be the literal greatest thing of all time. It is downloadable content for a game. And in Shadow of the Erdtree's case, you have to play almost the entirety of Elden Ring, like a 100-hour game, just to play it. It is not accessible otherwise. There are a lot of people saying, oh, you could say the whole, oh my god, you have to play this other game to play this. You could say that about sequels too. No, you couldn't. People jump into a series all the time. For God's sakes, how many of you started with Dark Souls 3, for Christ's sake? Are you that stupid? How many of you even started with Dark Souls 3? What are you talking about? I don't understand that mindset when you can jump into a series late anytime. You cannot access Shadow of the Erdtree without already having an Elden Ring save file that is most of the way through the game. It's that easy. It's that simple. I don't know how people don't understand it. I don't care how good something is. If it could be better than everything else to release this year, which Shadow of the Erdtree definitely is not. I don't think it's bad, but I would definitely say it's not better than everything to release this year, and it sure ain't better than stuff that is snubbed out of the spot. You're gonna tell me Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth didn't deserve that more than Shadow of the Erdtree, a DLC? You're gonna tell me that Silent Hill 2 didn't deserve it? You're gonna tell me Helldivers didn't deserve it? What are you talking about? It's nonsense. I said it yesterday. I'm gonna say it again today. It is ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense, and it's really crazy how Elden Ring fans just justify it. And I'm also kind of disappointed in some of the Souls tubers. I'm not going to name names, but some of them are really happy about this. This is not good, because I can guarantee you this much. After this award season, they will probably just add a category for best expansion or best DLC. This is not going to happen again. This is a From Software. This is like From Soft favoritism, 100%, no questions asked. Like I said yesterday, I'm pretty sure this is Jeff Keighley just like, please, Miyazaki, can I please get the next Souls game reveal for Summer Jeff Fest in 6 months, please? I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I'm very sure that's what it is. I don't think it's anything else, because, I mean, what else could it be? But yeah, I said my piece on it yesterday. It's ridiculous, it's obscene, and there's no good argument for it, and you have to be delusional to think otherwise. I'm not gonna be nice and say, everyone can have their own opinion. No, it objectively should not be in Game of the Year. You want to leave it in Best RPG, that's fine. You say, oh, it's role-playing game. Yeah, fuck it, whatever. But you can leave it in Best RPG. You can nominate it for Best Direction. You can nominate it for Best Soundtrack, Best Action Adventure. You can do all that. But it's not a new game, and Game of the Year should recognize new games that released that year, not DLCs for previous Game of the Year winners. And people have said, oh, The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine got nominated and won. That was 10 years ago. You're talking about stuff from 10 years ago, before most of you even played Souls. What are you talking about? It's such a moot point. It's ridiculous. Anyways, I'm going to stop rambling. No news on a Bloodborne Remaster today. That's been your daily Bloodborne Remaster update for November the 19th, 2024.